I'm going to start this by saying this is not about mental health, but it is about keeping mentally healthy in stressful situations such as the theater.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Welcome to Wines and Dolls, a podcast where Chelsea and Emily wine and talk about musicals. Welcome.
Wine is a double entendre.
Welcome to Wines and Dolls. Today I am whining. We have to find something new to whine about.
I just burped.
Gross.
No, it wasn't as gross as yours.
I'm going to whine about gas.
What are you whining about, Chelsea?
I'm not whining about gas. I'm going to whine about theater kids that say they want to be in a show, audition for it, and then don't show up or commit. It doesn't happen often, but I'm in a situation right now where I'm having to deal with something like that, and I'm a nice person. I'm too nice of a person, and I had to give a speech the other day.
Oh no, I hate when you have to give a speech.
I had to give a freaking speech, and God, it's too early in the process to give a speech. I said to them, because one kid was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then another one was like, it was a downhill spiral after that.
Of course it was.
And I was like, we are in rehearsal number 3 for this show that goes up in April. You can fight me all you want, and you will win. You will win, but the rest of us, the whole team, we're all going to lose. In the end, you're going to lose. So if you want to fight me, you're going to win the argument, but you're not going to stay in this and make us lose. So I can replace you. I don't care who your parents are. I can replace you. I don't want to. I chose you for this role because I want you to do well in this role and I want you to succeed in this role. So after that, we didn't have a problem the rest of the time, but in general, we had some just issues with focus. And in all honesty, I know it's after school. These kids are not used to being in shows. They are a lot of first timers. So I'm teaching a lot of them not only how to act, not only how to sing and do it all at the same time, but theater etiquette, theater rules, what it means to be in a show and a production. It's new, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
It's also exciting because I have a lot of first timers in my show right now.
It's very exciting to have first timers.
And being able to kind of set that foundation, because I'm doing the opposite where I'm not necessarily having to have that speech because anyone's having an issue is somebody who has done a show before and feeling they deserve more. Where trying to teach as an ensemble, you have to do what's best for the team as opposed to yourself. But my newcomers, we're teaching them how to this is how you write down your blocking.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh,
I forget all that stuff that people don't know how to just do it.
I'll be in the middle and be like, I need you downstage right 2.
Like what?
Don't know what that means? Put DSR2. Circle this word.
We'll come back to it.
That's what you need. Well, I'll be like, circle this word in the script. Write this next to it. At that word, you need to be on that spot. And they get it.
Good.
So, I'm not whining about that.
Good.
I'm cheersing that.
Cheers.
Look at that.
Newcomers.
I know. Newcomers.
What are you whining about, though?
What am I whining about? I feel like that's part of the drinking game. Every time I answer your question with a question.
You do.
I do. And
Take
it's
a
the
sip.
same question.
It's always the same.
Yeah. Long pause.
You could whine about how you have to work in the morning. And not.
I'm not because I have a job in the morning, so I'm very excited.
But you could do a sleepover party with me and you're not.
Chelsea's mad because I'm not spending the night because I have to work in the morning really early. I had to be at work at, I like to be there at 9:30. Technically 9:45 was the time, but I believe in being early.
To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. To be
but there
late
is a too early.
is to be fired.
To be late is to be unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, no, I want to get there. I like to be there 15 minutes early as a general rule for all of my things. But I have been told at a SAG audition that 30 minutes early is too early. But 15 minutes early is understandable. Because if you're there for an hour, then SAG has to start paying you.
Oh, gotcha.
So, just so you know, if you're auditioning for a SAG anything, don't show up 30 minutes early because the casting director will get a little stressed.
Good to know. I've never done SAG. All right.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry you have to work in the morning. I guess we won't have our fun epic sleepover party where we watch all the things that I want you to watch.
We can still watch them.
She's not seen Little Shop of Horrors.
I haven't.
I don't think she's seen Funny Girl.
Well, I've seen Little Shop of Horrors on stage.
Yeah, but not the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's not the same.
I haven't seen Funny Girl.
Yeah, I know.
How did you know that?
Because we talked about it before, and I was like, we're gonna have a sleepover, and that's where the sleepover
Oh,
stemmed
shit.
for.
Oh, yeah. And then I accepted a job.
She accepted a job, which is fine. I
I
understand.
offered
you gotta
her
make your money.
other alternatives, and she said no.
Because I was working. I have other jobs.
Thursday nights?
Yes.
Friday mornings?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Sunday through Monday.
Don't talk to me about Sunday.
Sunday evening.
I am dead.
God damn it.
I work 8 hours on a Sunday. I wake up at like, holy hell! Oh my
Sneaky. Oh,
God.
Sneaky is straight up chasing.
Hold on. Can you
Olivia.
pause
That
it?
scared me.
Okay.
We're
So
almost done with our airheads.
good. We've been eating candy
been
like
eating so much
crazy
candy.
girls. And we've been drinking. We've been drinking some poinsettias tonight, some champagne.
Oh, yeah. I just, we're drinking Andre right now. Just
Straight Andre.
straight Andre neat.
Intermission. So what are we talking about on this?
I don't know, Chelsea. You're the one who
mini-sode?
took it out of the bowl.
I did. I took it out of the bowl, and now we're gonna do a drum roll. Theater stress streams. I don't remember who suggested this one. I forgot to write it down. I'm so sorry.
I'm already getting stressed
I'm stressed about this.
by theater stress dreams.
Okay. So the reality of theater, y'all, is that it's a stressful environment. Whether you're an actor, dancer, choreographer, director, or producer, all of the above.
Lighting designer. Technical designer.
There's a lot weighing in the theater. We put a lot of stress on ourselves.
Well, it's also because you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position
Yes.
constantly it's not necessarily quantitative data that's going to measure your success.
You sound way too educated right now. You need more alcohol.
I've had a lot of alcohol.
But that was a fantastic way to put that.
Yeah.
So, yes, there's a lot of stress that comes along with being an artist because there's also, that imposter syndrome. Am I good enough? Am I
Oh my
really
gosh,
this
I'm
person?
suffering so bad. I just had a big
Oh.
old conversation with Sarah Sneesby about imposter syndrome
Same.
and how I'm.
I mean, I haven't had the conversation with Sarah Sneesby, but I feel it.
Ooh. Sarah, you are a great cheerleader. Just so you know.
I love you, Sarah. I
I
miss you,
appreciate
Sarah.
you.
Come back, Sarah.
She's doing movement direction at Royal Central.
Cool.
So she's working with my friend Paolo right now, who I met at auditions. He did the Orin song at the audition. Imposter syndrome, real thing.
It is.
I never had it until now.
Well, I feel to a certain extent, we all kind of think I'm not good enough because I mean, we get on stage as actors. The reality of it, we do get on stage to get a little bit of attention, right?
Sure.
There's a lot that goes into what an actor does, what a director does, what a choreographer does. In the end, we like to be seen. We do like to be seen. We like our work to be seen. We like to be applauded for the good things, the creative things we have to offer to the world. And there's nothing wrong with that. We want to be seen. We want to be acknowledged for our love of the arts, for what we have inside that we want to share with the world. And at the same time, that is the most vulnerable thing you can do, is share what you have inside. While you want that acknowledgement, it's also very scary. So, of course, you're going to have theater stress dreams, right? And I mean, everybody still probably has those high school stress dreams where you're naked and you're showing up to a test and you're not prepared for that test. But I'll tell you, like, every time I'm in a show, doesn't matter. Oh, I can give it a story. Doesn't matter what. Every time I'm in a show, whether I'm a chorus member or I'm a lead, I have stress dreams week before tech every time. And then also during tech, I don't sleep, so I don't dream. So the week before
dreams.
the week before tech, I'm exhausted. Week of tech, I am so exhausted because I'm turning around in bed, just not anyway, not sleeping because I'm so exhausted and mentally exhausted, and I can't sleep because I'm also nervous at the same time that people are not going to see me for how I want to be seen, or they're whatever. It's a lot of stress. So I'm even stressed out just thinking about it. So I usually have dreams where I'm not good enough, where I'm sure many people can relate to that. I remember when I did Tuck Everlasting, I was working with a director who I highly admired, and I had these dreams week 2 of the production because I kept having these this crushing feeling that I wasn't good enough. This just during rehearsal process, I'm like, oh, I'm not good.
James is getting some
Drink. I had this crushing feeling though during the Tuck Everlasting process and I played May, which is a big role for a young person to play, like a 30-year-old to play this older woman.
Young.
Shut up. I am young.
I know. I'm
Very young.
I just said you were young.
Okay, see, that was the imposters. I thought she was making fun of me. Okay, anyway, so
It was like 50-50.
I had dreams. Shut up. The whole week. I had dreams the whole week after we started blocking with this director that he was upset with me. I had a dream every single night that week that he was mad at me, that I wasn't doing good enough, that he was talking about me behind my back. The whole week. I was scared to death to go back into rehearsals in the real life world, not in dreamland, because I thought my dreams were a reality. And that was just manifestation of stress about working with this director and really wanting to do well because he has a lot of influence in town. So, and I found that I don't have any specific dreams, but when I direct shows, I have more stress dreams than I do as an actor. Because directing, you are the person in charge, you are leading that boat. And if things fail, they fail real hard.
If it sinks, you're going down with it.
You're going down with it. Knock, knock. Guess who's there? You're a failure. And on that, Emily is directing her very first show right now. And she's doing a great job with what circumstances have been happening around her that she cannot control. But something you don't know about Emily is that she likes to have some control.
I love control.
She loves control.
What?
But guess what?
Who edits this podcast?
Please don't edit that out. It's okay. We all want control. I'm a soprano. I want to control literally everything in my voice.
You literally want to control the melody of the entire song.
Yes. Anyway, so Emily, tell us about your stress dream that you had
I was
recently.
just telling Chelsea about my stress dream. My stress dreams are they're very interesting because I have Hashimoto's. If you don't know what Hashimoto's is, I'm going to tell you. It's an autoimmune disease that attacks your thyroid, and it's treating your thyroid as a foreign object in your body. So it's literally your white blood cells that attack foreign objects but keep you well are attacking my thyroid. So it inhibits the secretion of hormones from my thyroid to the rest of my body. So I have symptoms of hypothyroidism, but don't have hypothyroidism.
Okay.
So I have to take a hormone. There's your biology lesson for today. So I have to take hormones, and if you've ever been on an antidepressant, one of the side effects is very vivid dreams. It's a very similar effect. So I have very vivid dreams, especially when I'm stressed. And I have been a little stressed, just a little bit.
A lot.
I'm not that stressed. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm working with what I've got, and I feel like I'm doing it very well right now.
You're doing great now.
But one of the things that's been happening is I haven't really necessarily had the income to eat, and have had a lot of coffee the past several weeks. And so
you can come over here and eat.
it's okay. We're doing good. But Hits has free coffee, and they also had a bag of chocolate, so I'm doing pretty well. But
I have like
point is,
5 boxes of mac and cheese. Just
point
to know
is,
with
I'll split it.
Jesus, oh my god.
Point is, I couldn't sleep, and then I finally fell asleep, and I had the most interesting dream that I was downtown in Houston, outside of the theater that actually just closed and moved. So the theater that I had my long contracts with, I was there for like a year and a half every Saturday. And I had parked out front. My car got broken into once when I went to that theater. And I was doing probably, I don't remember what I was doing downtown. I don't usually remember my dreams, but when they are this vivid, I remember them. Well, I remember walking back to my car and finding that my bag with my keys in it were still in my car, slightly covered by a jacket. And being like, wow, it's amazing. My car didn't get broken into or stolen. And then my dream logical mind was like, well, I'll just leave it here. And I run into my choreographer for Heather's, for Emma. And Emma and I walk to the 610 loop of Houston. The 610 loop is the inner loop of Houston. It's about 6 miles from downtown. So we walk.
It would be stupid to do that.
It'd be stupid.
Especially at night.
Especially at night, and especially with your car. And it was daytime by the time we made it to 610.
So you walked all night?
I don't know. It was dream logic. So we're at 610, and I listened to a podcast where they talk about lucid dreaming a lot. And so we're at 610, and I look at Emma and I go, you know what? This was dumb. We should have just driven. Let's go back and get my car. You know what? This is so dumb. I bet it's not even real. I bet we're in a dream. So if this is a dream, I could fly to my car. So what I remember is me jumping up and down in the dream, trying to jump up onto like the light post and just falling down and not being able to fly. Apparently when you're lucid dreaming, the hardest thing to do is fly.
Ugh.
But
I love flying in my dreams. It's been a long time since I've done that.
I don't know.
I haven't been able to control it, but I have flown.
I tried.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Did not.
It was
Didn't go well.
unsuccessful. So me and Emma walk back to the 610 loop where they're always having construction right now in real life. And when we get there,
Always.
Bill Nye the Science Guy is having like some sort of activist protest. There's a whole bunch of people.
But
there's no cars.
He's dressed as something
But
else, right?
what I told Chelsea is he looks like Ronan from Marvel. Keep in mind, I've been having like my own little Marvel marathon this past month in my house. I've watched it a lot. And so he's blue and an alien with a six-pack. So I don't remember if he was an animal activist or if it was like human rights. I really don't remember what it was, but there was something going on, and he was half dressed as an alien. And Emma and I are trying to get through it, and we just can't. And then I woke up. You know what was happening that week?
Huh.
I think part of this was because during my bike tour last Sunday, in real life, I ran into the gates to the marathon, and I couldn't get to my bike tour.
Oh.
So I think that's what it was. It was like reminiscent of the marathon and me
Yeah.
being like,
What do I do?
are we cutting out all these streets?
Yeah.
So that was my most recent stress dream.
Did Emma ever disappear?
When I woke up. She wasn't there though. She wasn't downtown. She didn't really appear until we made it to 610. So that space between
Oh, I thought you ran into her and then walked
downtown.
to 610.
Well, that's the thing
Whoops,
though. Is
sorry.
like between downtown and 610. I don't remember that part of the dream. I don't really remember like. I remember we walked because I like connected that my car was downtown still, and so I started the walk and then I like between starting the walk and then running into Emma at 610 or whatever, her being with me. There's a space and time that I don't know about.
Okay.
In my memory of the dream.
I told Emily I would dissect her dream, and some of it you just can't dissect because it's just like shit that is creeped into your life, like the bike tour and the blue Bill Nye, whatever.
God, the Ronan Bill Nye.
That's
I was
just
like,
weird.
get
That's
outta
just some
here.
weird shit. But it's also obstacles. It's just obstacles on your way to what you need to get.
I'm gonna
So-
fucking fly back to my car and then
well,
not be able
the
to.
fact that you tried to control the flying, that you knew you were lucid dreaming at the time and you tried to control it and then it failed you, speaks to the fact that you want to control things in life.
Oh, this is where she's like.
I'm trying to be smart here. Trying, but I've had some alcohol. So you really want to control some things, but things that you can't control, you're trying to control. So sometimes you just gotta let that shit go. Let it go, girl.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm already done with Frozen though, so.
Let it go. Well, let it go in other ways too. But like, I feel like with the shit that's happened to you recently, with stuff happening to you, we're vague booking right now, but
Vague booking.
vague blogging, vague podcasting. Vague casting.
Is it vague? Are we podding or are we casting?
Vague podcasting. Anyway, with some of the shit that's happened to Emily recently, I can see like why you'd want to take more control, but sometimes you just have to step back and look at it and be like, okay, I can handle this. I can't control this. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna control what I can and not what I can't. The whole prohibition, that you're coming out of prohibition after it had shut down, and walking the hard route to 610 makes sense to me, because prohibition was a place of safety for you. It was a place where you had regular gigs. They closed down recently, and now they moved, but
like the program I was in,
program you were
is
in
no longer existent.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another part of your life. You're losing a lot of things right now, business-wise.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is something else that you've lost, that you feel like you have to take a harder route now to get somewhere, instead of just taking your car from Prohibition to the next stop.
Quit reading me, Chelsea.
Girl.
God, she's reading me like a book right now.
Not to toot my own horn, but toot.
Chelsea is also psychic.
I'm not. I just read a lot of Brene Brown.
She will read your dreams if you join our Patreon.
Literally, y'all, we all have the same stress. I'm
gonna make that a tier on Patreon.
$50 and I will read your dreams. I am psychic.
Maybe we'll just add it to the $20 tier.
No.
Okay.
No, you gotta pay $50 for that.
50. Okay.
30, 25,
We're
$20.50. Anyway.
$20.
So I feel like you're feeling really a little lost about that, and you're trying to get from point A to point B now in a different way, and it's not the easiest route. And then you ran into your choreographer of Heather's, who you really trust.
Yeah.
Who, like, you've gone through this weird route, and now you're at this place, but you've got somebody you can depend on now that you're walking with through this weird place.
Emma, you listening?
She trusts you, Emma. Walked all night and it became daytime. That's like already just like, you know it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You walked with Emma from the nighttime to daytime, whether you knew what was happening in that point, but it became day to you. She helped you.
I like how Chelsea wrote in her notes, alien with six-pack.
Alien with six-pack. Also, the lucid dreaming, that whole fly thing, I wrote, A plus B doesn't always equal C. You got to find a way to X.
That's a lot of letters you just said. I almost said
Y,
numbers,
Z.
then I had to remember that's
I did that too. Anyway, so
1 + 2 does not equal 4.
Yes, it does. But it does. But it can. But it doesn't have to. But it's fine if it doesn't. So if you're having a lot of doubts about yourself, that's normal. As a director, as an actor, as a choreographer, as any kind of creative artist, that goes for all artists in general. If you're having doubts about yourself, that is normal. We have doubts about ourselves 99.9% of the time.
Don't you wink at me.
I'm
It's true.
looking at you sideways like, we know this.
Oh, she's
This is
winking
true.
in her eyes, though they both stayed open. Well, they both just winked at me at the same time.
If you would like a book recommendation, I would love to recommend to everybody to read Brene Brown's I Thought It Was Just Me, But It's Not. It's a great book.
I'll put it in the show notes.
She's a Houston-based social psychologist.
Okay.
She teaches at U of H. She's done a lot of tours now. She has a TED Talks. So she helped me a lot. And like therapy, my therapist like recommended her. So I read a bunch of books, and it helped me get to where I am right now, where I'm okay with my stress. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with myself. I'm getting better about accepting that I'm a good person. Yeah,
I like you.
Yeah, I like you too.
Oh, wow, thanks.
This podcast is like, we have a good time. This is our way of having fun creatively and kind of controlling our environment, because you don't have to watch us do this unless you're a Patreon member, but we can just like be who we are and be drunk and
see Chelsea shimmy.
We deal.
She just shimmied, but you can't see it this time.
We deal with our insecurities with alcohol, and that's not necessarily very healthy.
But
that's
not what we're doing.
Stop taking notes. I'm just kidding.
No, you can leave it. No, we're taking care of our feelings with ourselves and talking about it, and alcohol just happens to be
here, but it's like a total integral part of our show.
It's definitely a social.
We're not sitting here by ourselves drinking. We're socially drinking.
We're socially
'cause there's
drinking with
two
each
of us.
other, and James downstairs, and the cats.
And the
Stinky
cats.
just went behind the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're being healthy. Anyway,
Anyways.
just know that stress dreams are normal in the theater world and all artist worlds. So it's okay, y'all. You're going to be fine. You're going to make it through. And you're still an artist, whether you're making money at it or not. If you've got some problems you need to chat about, and you need to reach out and talk to somebody,
But
email
you gotta
us.
have friends.
Reach out to us. We are happy to help, and we'll talk with you. We'll meet up with you. So reach out to us. Let us know what you think.
At winesanddolls@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Wines and Dolls. I monitor that all the time, so
Yeah.
I will see it. Maybe not on TikTok. TikTok, I'm not very good at monitoring.
I hate the TikTok.
On TikTok.
But let me tell. I know this went kind of dark. This is not the usual funny us. We are a little drunk, but really,
We've had a
like,
lot of airheads.
had a lot of airheads and candy, so we're awake at 10:30 at night when I usually am asleep. But honestly, y'all, it needs to be said, it's not an easy life. Get a lot of rejection, get a lot of stress. We need to
Get a
some
lot
things
of
out.
rewarding experiences.
We do. We have to learn to live in those rewarding experiences until we get the next gig. So talk to us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Don't forget our Patreon. It's such a weird transition. You can join us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/winesanddolls. Tiers starting at $2 a month, all the way to $20 a month or more. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, at Twitter at Wines and Dolls. You can email us at winesanddolls@gmail.com. Feel free to, wherever you're listening on, press that subscribe button and leave us a 5-star review. That really helps us out. And we will be back again next week with our next musical. Don't know what it is yet.
I thought we agreed. Anyway, we'll tell you next time what our musical is. Until then, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Emily.
And this is Wines
and Dolls.
and Dolls. Bye.
Okay, bye.